Welcome to Lose Lips, all the things you wanted to say but didn't know how to say it. Today's topic is Trexera versus Trump. Well, now we have an interesting scenario. Trump has been arrested for the second time and is out on bail. This time, the charges are federal related, with Trump being accused of keeping and dispensing national secrets. Why do I bring this up? Not only are the charges serious and even more serious than his first round of charges, but I bring it up because Jack Trexera was charged and accused of the same thing when he placed national secrets on the website Discord. How are the two charges different? Well, basically, they aren't. Both of them disseminated national secrets. The difference is that one was locked up immediately and the other is out on bail. Why in America are there different charges and acceptance for those of the wealthy? Is it because of their entitlement? And is it even right to state that the wealthy are entitled in each and every way? No matter what your feelings are on Trump, whether you are for or against him, what he did was wrong. Okay, boxes of secrets were delivered to his home when he left office. What makes it so outrageous is that the FBI and Justice Department knew the boxes were there, and Trump denied having them twice, and in writing via his attorney. Then, when he finally admitted to having the documents, he stated that they were declassified by him and he was allowed to have them. This does not work this way, and it honestly makes me mad because he is either very dumb, very spoiled, or just a plain liar, or maybe all three. Trump was given opportunities to return the boxes, and finally he did, but only partially, and then in writing stated that he had no more boxes. But wait, there were more discovered. So finally, the FBI did a raid and went to collect all of the boxes. It is one thing to say that you have the boxes. It is one thing to say you have no more boxes. It is another for the FBI to raid your home and find boxes in hallways, bathrooms, unlocked rooms. It is disgusting, and then to brag to people that you know and show the documents of national security to ordinary citizens without the proper security clearance is a disgusting breach of American security, as well as jeopardizing American lives and the country. What concerns me is that during his tenure, he was very friendly with Putin and Ung. So why should we not think that he was giving secrets to these autocratic and communist countries? Trump should be in jail the same as Trexera. I don't care that he was a former president and this is unprecedented and is making history. What he did was wrong, and it is a serious breach when you take the oath as an American citizen and as an American president. What sickens me is that he is not being given the same treatment as Jack Trexera. Jack disseminated information on Discord, which was seen by a lot of people. And when the FBI found out, it was it was then that they arrested him and placed him in jail until his trial. Trump took many, many highly sensitive documents, much more sensitive than Jack Trexera discussed, and discussed it among his own colleagues and PAC supporters. And when he is indicted, he is not thrown in jail, but placed on bail. Come on, Trump supporters. This is not a witch hunt. This is real and this is dangerous. What is it going to take for the country to wake up and understand that what Trump has done and is doing is wrong? Let me ask you, if this happened to Obama as a president, would he still be out on bail or would he be locked up? Everyone knows that Jack Trexera is an average person and he was locked up. Trump, regardless of his status as a former, and yes, he is, a former president and now an average citizen, should be locked up as well. Who is to say that he does not have more documents hidden? Who is to say that he has not already given out our nation's secrets? Why is it that when you have money in this country, you are treated differently than the average citizen? And you can't say it is because Trump has good lawyers. Trump is losing lawyers left and right. And what will the nation do if he is actually exonerated in this case? Do we let Jack Trixera go as well? We can't have respect and justice of the American legal system if there are two different laws set for different people. This is not what our country was built upon. I don't really care how many people it would anger if Trump was thrown in jail. It is where he belongs because basically what you have is someone violating the Espionage Act. Read about it and learn about it. If a president and former president does not want to abide by the laws of the country, then he should be brought to justice for treason. We can't go around having someone think that it is okay to arbitrarily make laws that will benefit and justify his actions. Strangely enough, when Trump was president, he passed laws so that things of this nature would not happen because of what he accused Hillary Clinton of doing. And what happens? He breaks his own law, but states he has to classify the information and therefore is allowed to have the boxes and keep them. Is he actually that crazy or just that spoiled that if he sees something he believes that he can just take and have it? This is even worse than Watergate. This is nowhere near Watergate. At least during his tenure, Nixon had the decency to resign. The problem here is that Trump believes he did nothing wrong, and that is scary. He has a following that believes he did nothing wrong, and that is scary as well. Are his supporters really okay with secrets floating about our nuclear program and vulnerabilities sitting in a home that is not secure, being passed along to who knows who? Then he even lied to his own lawyers about even having the documents. This is not someone who has the best interest of the American people at heart. This is someone who probably is a very real flight risk that could go to any of our enemy countries and sell this information. And I don't doubt that he wouldn't do it. It could have been in his plan all along, especially with all of the pending lawsuits against him now. I mean, Trump has bank accounts in China and Saudi Arabia. What is not to stop him from going there and living his life and not returning to the US with our secrets? There is no better justification for a person to be detained and behind bars, but we have not done it. Why? Why, when the evidence is all there, are we treating Trump any differently than Trexera? Then, of course, there are discussions if he does go to jail and a Republican wins the next election, who will pardon him so that he can be released? This is disgusting. You would actually pardon and release a criminal that is willing to hold and lie about having the nation's secrets and disseminating it. What has our nation come to? It is one thing to be of a different party. I get that. But it is no longer about politics between parties. It is more personal. There should not be a justification for leaving Trump out of jail. He is an embarrassment to America and an embarrassment to our own justice system. Why is he not behind bars and Jack Trexera is? It does not make any sense. It is high time that personal preferences and grievances be put aside, and voters, as well as our elected officials, start dealing with the law. Do we really need to go back to school and read the statutes to understand what is right and wrong within the government? Did not they teach in the school system, our government and judicial system? It is high time that we as Americans stop placing parties between justification with someone's actions. Are we really ready to settle for liars among our government and allow them to represent us within the states as well as on official visits to other countries? When Jack Trexera was arrested, there was little to hear about him afterwards, except recently when he was indicted on all of his counts. And mind you, his counts are nowhere near Trump's. Yes, it is unprecedented that we have a former president lying about having highly secret documents in his home and refusing to turn them over. Yes, it is unprecedented that a former president has been charged and faces jail time, but that is the basis of our American justice system. If Trump is not placed in jail and if he is not convicted, you are sending a strong message not only to the voters and American citizens of the country, you are sending a message to the world. Face it, Trump was popular in America because of his name, because of his prestige, because of his hotels and golf clubs. But he was also a poor businessman. He was and is still a liar, and he is deceitful. This is evident by the indictments that are following him around. He has cheated on taxes. He has falsified documents to benefit him. He has lied to authorities to benefit him. He changed laws while president to benefit him. This country is not built around Trump. And it saddens me that when he has to go before a jury of his peers, he'll be going before a court in Miami that is full of Trump supporters. So I ask you this. If this happened to your son, daughter, mother, father, brother, whoever, would you still feel the same if he was not treated as Trump is being treated? How do you think Jack Trexera's parents feel when Trump has been charged for more serious crimes and their son is in jail and Trump is out? You can't sit and say they are not the same. Well, technically, they aren't. One is way more serious. We must remember that Trump had boxes and boxes of documents throughout his home. Who else did he give this information to? Who else did he state the nation's secrets to, to that he felt was so unimportant that he could just tell anyone? And why would he even feel the need to do so? And that it was okay? If his supporters don't see something wrong in this, there is something seriously wrong with what and where our country is headed. We should not, as a society, be condoning what a person does and does not do based on the political affiliate and just have the justification where we are telling ourselves, well, if he did this or that, then it must be okay. We have to start thinking in terms of ourselves, not allowing the justification of others to determine our fate just because he has the same political affiliation. You can still have the same political affiliation and not agree with everything that they do. This is what voting is for. This is what our senators are for, our Congress people are for, who express our assent or dissent. It is time for the American people to wake up and stop criticizing for the sake of criticizing. It should not be different rules for one just because of who they are and the money they have. No, that is not right, especially in this instance where a whole nation is in jeopardy. Start thinking for yourselves and by yourselves. Don't let someone else dictate what you should be and think and believe. After all, think what would happen if you were in that situation. Would you truly be treated the same? I truly do hope that when Trump is in court, that a jury of his peers convict him for these charges and that he goes to jail, not only for the American people, but for Trump himself, so he truly realizes and knows that what he did was wrong, and there are actions to be taken for the actions that he took. Otherwise, he will not learn and will think that what he did is okay and will do it again and again. When will it stop? When will it end? And the next time, it may be too late. The next time, we won't be able to say, we should have done something before. Think about it, will you? And do what is right for everyone. Thank you for listening to Lose Lips, and until next time.